Welcome to Kids A-Cookin', where kids come first and cooking is fun. I'm Karen, and today I have Leanne helping in the kitchen. Leanne, how old are you?
9.
Now, when you're in what grade this year?
I'm going to be in 4th.
You're in 4th grade. Well, that's exciting. Do you like school?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you like best in school?
Math. Math is fun.
Really? Math's a good subject for you? A lot of kids find that really hard. Math comes in really handy in the kitchen, you know, because you can like double recipes.
Yeah.
And have you ever tried doing that? Using your math skills?
Kind of.
Sometimes we do that here, just trying to brush up on our math, you know.
Yeah.
We just see if we can do it or not.
Uh-huh.
So have you been doing a lot of cooking around the holidays this year?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like to help in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do you like to make?
I like to make like brownies and desserts.
Well, you are here on the right day because we're making no-bake cookies. Have you ever made chocolate no-bake cookies?
I don't think so.
You haven't made these? Well, these are a really easy recipe, easy enough for beginning chefs, so even if you don't have a lot of experience, this is a good recipe. Be sure you tie back your long hair, pull up your sleeves, wash your hands, and then we're ready to cook. You want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. For this recipe, we want to have all of our ingredients pre-measured and ready to add to the pans, so we're going to get started one by one. Our first ingredient is 1 1/2 cups of sugar. We already have 1 cup measured here, but we're going to measure another 1/2 cup just for good practice, okay? You want to scoop into the canister, make sure it's kind of overflowing, and then you can level it off. Sometimes you don't even really need to level sugar because it kind of levels itself, doesn't it? But if you feel like you need to, you can get a good measure by leveling it off with that flat side of your knife. Perfect. And you can add that to our sugar bowl. Let's get this out of the way. Next, we're going to measure 2 additional tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. We have 4 tablespoons already measured. We need 6. What's 6 minus 4?
2.
See, you are good at math, aren't you? Okay, we're going to measure 2 more. And you want to dip down inside here like this. Cocoa's kind of tricky because it packs down.
Yeah.
And then as you bring it up, just level it off like that. All right? There's one. I'm going to let you do another one. And see if you're neater about it than me. It's kind of hard to keep it back in that little hole, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
We did okay, and we can brush that extra back in there. So there's our 6 tablespoons of cocoa. Next, we need 1/2 cup of canned evaporated milk. This is a small can. You might buy it in a larger can, but you need 4 ounces, which is a 1/2 cup. We're going to measure this on the counter. You can pour it in there. We're just going to watch as we go to make sure that we get 4 ounces, which is right there to that line. You're going to use almost that whole can because it's a 5-ounce can. We're not going to have very much left over. See how it reaches it? Right there. That's good.
Okay.
Get down here and you can see right at eye level, if you leave your measuring cup, that you can see it right at the line, okay?
Okay.
We don't have a lot left over. And our next ingredient is 1/4 cup of margarine, which this is 1/2 cup, a stick. So we need 1/2 of a stick, which is 4 tablespoons, okay? So we're going to cut this. It's all measured here on here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just need to cut right there. Now, it's best if you get your margarine cold right out of the refrigerator because it cuts a lot easier that way. If you let it get warm, then it kind of mushes when you try to cut it. So we have that ready. We just going to need 1/2 of that. Okay, our next ingredient that we're going to need is 3 cups of quick cooking rolled oats. So we can just dip in using our 1 cup measure, and we'll put those in this bowl. We'll set it around there so it's easy. Dig really deep. You want to fill it up. It doesn't have to be real accurate. You don't have to level off for this because they'll taste good. We need 3 of those.
Oh.
You're not done. Keep working. There's another one and 1 more. Big old full scoop. It's kind of hard to dig down that deep. You got it. Okay, there's our 3 cups of oats. We'll get this out of the way. And I think we're ready to assemble. We have our 1 cup of coconut here. It's already measured. We're going to use a heavy bottom saucepan, and we're going to combine our sugar first. You want to pour that in, Leanne? Then we're going to add the cocoa, the milk, evaporated milk, and then our 4th cup margarine. So you need to unwrap one of those halves. There you go. Then we're going to turn our burner on medium heat and bring this mixture to a boil. You want to stir the whole time so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. Let me get rid of that for you. And it takes just a little bit for this to all melt down. but it will get there. So you want to just kind of stir it around as that margarine melts. You want to come stir it for me? You don't want to do this over too high of a heat or it will scorch and burn the chocolate, and you don't want that to happen. So you have to just kind of be patient, and these really don't take too long. These are easy to whip up. If you find out companies coming at the last minute, you go, oh, I know, I'll go in and make some of those no-bake cookies. They'll be ready in no time.
Yep.
Okay, Leanne, see how it's starting to bubble up?
Cool.
That's not still really a full boil. A full boil will be lots more bubbles than that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a thick mixture, so you won't see it the same as you would see it with water, you know? Won't boil quite that active. But this is starting to cook.
I think it's going to start pretty soon.
There it goes.
Oh, there's big bubbles now.
Okay, so we want that to boil for 1 minute. So we're going to go ahead and set our timer. And that way we'll know when 1 minute's up. Okay, we've let this boil for 1 minute. So now we're going to turn off our burner. Don't forget ever to turn off your burner.
That would be bad if you did.
And we're going to remove this from the hot burner so it doesn't keep cooking.
Okay.
And we need to add our other ingredients. We have 3 cups of oats. You want to pour those in? Kind of slow. Don't touch the pan because it's hot. Go ahead, pour them in there. I'll start stirring that up. And then we have 1 cup of coconut, which is an optional ingredient. I like coconut. Do you like coconut, Leanne?
Kind of.
It's up to you. Do you want to add them to these cookies today or not?
Let's not.
No, we won't add them today.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, you want to stir the rest of that up there? Just keep stirring it all together.
That looks good already.
It does. It looks like you could eat it right now.
Yeah. But you would have to let it cool down.
Yeah, it would really burn your tongue.
Oh, yeah. I don't like when I burn my tongue.
Now you just want to line a baking sheet with wax paper because these are going to go in the refrigerator to cool when we're done. And this makes it easy to move them. If you did it on the counter, it'd be hard to move that wax paper in there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then you can use just a spoon or you can use a cookie scoop, but you want about 2 tablespoons measure. And you're just going to scoop in and then just like that. You want to do some?
Sure.
You just want to line your whole sheet, and after you get them all doled out there, mine looked kind of big, didn't it? You did a better job. And mine will take longer to cool. When you get them all lined out, then you want to put them in the refrigerator until they're firm. And once they're firm, you can just store them in an airtight container, and they don't have to stay in the refrigerator. Well, we have some that are already cooled, and we want to try cookies, don't we, Leanne?
Uh-huh.
We'll be right back to try our cookies. Kids need to pay special attention to safety rules when cooking on the stovetop. Know the rules ahead of time, what can and can't be done with or without supervision. Turn pot and pan handles inward and away from the front of the stove. If the handle's sticking out, the pan could accidentally get knocked off the stove and spill hot ingredients. When boiling liquid, pay special attention so it doesn't boil over. You may even need to lower the heat. When taking the lid off of a boiling pan, remove the back of the lid first to allow the steam to escape out the back and not burn your face or hand. Kids should never lift a heavy pan from a burner without adult supervision or help. Be sure and have a dry, good quality pot holder or oven mitt handy. If a pan starts to smoke, turn off the heat and move the pan to a cool burner or a hot pad. Even preschoolers should be taught how to call 911 in case of an emergency. Practice what to do in case of a fire, including drop and roll, to smother flames in case clothes catch on fire. Be sure and turn the burner off after you're done cooking. Stovetops and burners stay hot for a while even after the burner has been turned off, so don't put a hot pad, empty pan, or utensil on a warm stovetop. Cooking is safe if your child learns to be careful and knows the rules. Well, Leanne, now that you've done all those dishes from those cookies, are you ready to eat what you created?
Yeah.
Looks like we did good, huh? Let's go ahead and try them and see how they taste. You know, there are many variations of this recipe. Some have peanut butter and some leave out the coconut, but any way you make them, they're always a favorite around the holidays. Make a batch for your family and share some with friends and neighbors.
They're good.
Do you like those?
Mm-hmm.
For more information about this recipe and helpful hints to make cooking easier, visit our website. We'll see you next time on Kids A Cookin'.